Hey yo, what's up? Happy whatever day it is. So, let's go. I channeled something, or I heard lyrics in my mind, yeah. It was like, I think it is a Deftone song, yeah. It was like, time will see us realign. And then I realized, like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, everything. I try to observe, yeah. And then I remembered a few days ago I wrote something down that came to my mind, and I'm gonna explain it to you here because why not? No, but seriously, welcome to my channel. This is Sarah's side, and me is the Sarah, and this is my side. No, but seriously, I give you something to use for your own life, and I hope you can chill. I hope you feel accepted here. I hope you feel welcome here. I hope you, can be yourself here, and let's go. Okay, so time will see us realign. And I was like, yeah, sure, because I judge everything so hard. But what I wrote down, yeah, it was like, don't fall for the trap they call time. It just takes alignment. If you become aware of it, it is instant. Awareness equals intrinsic alignment. Alignment is not a staircase, it is a vortex. Oh, yeah, I forgot to write that down, but I still remember it, yeah. So, how they explained somewhere how the universe is not bound to time and space, yeah? And they kind of explained it like, if you want to get from point A to point B, like we as humans are trapping ourselves that we think we have to go like this, yeah? From here to here, yeah? But actually, we can do this and go from point A. What the hell is this? From point A to point B, like this, yeah? So we are not bound to this, yeah, space, yeah? And time it takes. Space and time, how much time it takes to get from here to here, yeah? We just do this, whoop, and we create a vortex, yeah? Whoop, we just... I think the ETs do it, yeah? That's why they travel such vast lengths, and they travel at such high speeds. But what they do in actuality, they like... Can I say this? Yeah, I guess. I think they just type in some code, or like what is it called? The numbers, Mason. They put in the number where they want to go, and they just pull the space towards them, yeah, and they just bloop, they just teleport there, yeah. But if you don't believe in it, it's not possible. But if you believe in it, it's possible. So that's what they do. And what the hell was I saying actually? Oh yeah, don't fall for the trap they call time, yeah. So alignment is not a staircase, or like we have to get somewhere, like it takes time and space actually. No, it is a vortex, yeah. So we can bend time and space, and actually it's not even bending, it's like realizing that in the space, or in the reality, or in the dimension, or in the energy where we are all connected, yeah, intertwined, interlinked, where everything exists, there's no time, yeah, there's just everything happening all at once. And if we just become aware of it, of where we actually want to be, we are already connected to it, we have already created it. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Yes, what did I write down? Yeah. Oh, explain bending space-time. I did that. No matter how far your version is, how far, or how far it seems to our human brain, yeah, because we are bound. We are allowing ourselves to be bound to time and space, yeah. No matter how far your version is, yeah. That's what they call quantum shifting. It is a shift. It's alignment. So dress, No, it's a shift. I'm sorry. An alignment so drastic, looking from the trap perspective, which is called time, saying things like that's not possible or they moved way too fast. Yeah, when you see two people come together, yeah, like in a relationship or something, and people are judging the fuck out of them because they are moving so fast, or like, you know, starting to live together so quickly, and I don't know, building the family, you know, and everybody's like, whoa, they moved so fast. But no, baby, it just takes alignment. And for the ones who know, like, if you know, you know, yeah, it doesn't matter. Time just doesn't matter, yeah, at least for me. So, or they moved way too fast in a relationship. Why not, baby? I literally wrote it down like that. Why not, baby? It just takes alignment, yeah? Awareness can take you anywhere, right now, in each moment. Consciousness is instant. We are all quantum connected. Time and distance have no value and will not disturb the process when we're aware about the quantum realm. It's where everything and everyone that has ever existed and will exist exists. It's the eighth dimension, the Akashic records. It's our imagination. It's where anything you can possibly think of exists. If you can imagine it, you create it and it exists there. One thing, you can view it from this perspective, like if you can think of it, you create it and it exists, or you can see it as it exists and you just tap into, like you connect to that reality. You know what I mean? It's not like, yeah, you can perceive it both ways, yeah, maybe it's true both ways, so choose whatever you like, baby. Where am I don't know. If you can imagine it, you create it and it exists there, or the other way around. If it exists somewhere and you connect to it, you align to it, yeah? If you then wish to make that your reality, a reality you wish to experience and interact with, we have to intrinsically align or be aware of that vision in a disciplined way. Each time you become aware, you align and you'll create the bond and pull so strongly that it can appear around you in no time. Yeah? That's kind of how it works. Infinite use exists and infinite versions of everybody and everything exist. And it's your consciousness that travels between the versions of you. So let's say in very physical terms, like just imagine there are like infinite clones of you, and you can just choose, like you just know that each clone of yours somehow, you know this, has like a different perspective or is living maybe in a different house. Like one clone of you is living in your dream house, so you're like, oh, I'm able to be that version of me, you know, I'm able to be that clone of me because I want to live in that mansion like right now. And you can like literally, I don't know, choose that clone of yours. It's so weird how I explain this, but I hope it makes sense. And then you just warp, like your consciousness just instantly travels to that clone of yours, but nothing seems to have changed, yeah? Where do I say this? Infinite versions of you exist, your clones, if you are thinking in physical terms, yeah? And it's your consciousness that travels between the versions of you, seemingly instantly. The moment you become aware or choose an alignment, consciously or unconsciously, yeah? Because we can unconsciously get stuck or like pulled into some awareness, yeah, that we actually don't even want to be in. But you know, it's our responsibility to become aware of it, that we're actually being pulled somewhere that we consciously don't want to be, or that we don't want to experience anymore. But that's not what this thing is about. But I'm just saying, yeah. Oh yeah, the tricky thing is we don't see the actual moving of our consciousness from one timeline to the other, or from one you to another you. Because again, there is no time. Whoa, what is my computer doing? Because again, there is no time in alignment or in the quantum shift. All happens simultaneously, and it's just us hopping from one awareness, consciousness, or timeline to the other without any interference of space and time. All around us seems the same, but we intrinsically are not. We could be listening to music while working, when you suddenly think to yourself, maybe I should give my ears a break. That awareness, the stepping back, like seeing yourself from like a third person perspective, listening to the music, but having an actual different thought of like an outside thought of like, oh, actually, I just want to give my ears some rest. Oh my god, it's so aligned. Wait, there's something else I wrote down about the ears. Anyhow, chill, baby, chill. Focus. Okay. Yeah, we could be listening to music while working when you suddenly think to yourself, maybe I should give my ears a break. That awareness, the stepping back, the observing of a situation from a third person perspective, that's the shift. That's already a shift. The awareness, the alignment, the timeline hop. Because in the old timeline, you would have kept listening and maybe spent the rest of your day like that, or whatever happened, While the reality after the timeline hop is about getting rid of the music that might come as a distraction to your thoughts that you have to allow to be heard. You understand? That is just one possible connection, yeah? One possibility of the infinite, yeah? But because this is so personal to me, I'm like, I love music, yeah? When I listen to music, I'm constantly creating dance moves, in my head. I'm just feeling the music. I feel the feelings that they are feeling. I'm just like, I'm such a lyrical girl, yeah? I'm like listening to the lyrics and connecting it to the meaning of life, I guess, to me. But anyway, sometimes I forget that I need to give my ears some rest. Because, shall I do this now or when I finish this? No, I will first finish this time thing and then I will go to the ears, yeah? That was so aligned, what the hell? Yeah, okay, so last thing, sorry. Last thing, and the more you focus on a certain alignment or awareness, the stronger, can I talk? Thank you. The stronger it'll manifest or be. Let's say your default setting, yeah, or your reality. So I explain like when you hop, when you shift to this clone or this version of you, yeah, living in your dream house, like intrinsically it is instant, yeah, you can imagine it and it just is, yeah. But around you, it's also a trap. Around us, it is not yet, yeah. But the more you align to this awareness, I guess it's the same thing, the more you become aware of this version that you want to be in, externally, but that you have to be in first intrinsically. The more you do this, so you have to be disciplined, if you really want to experience it, you have to be very disciplined and do it very often, yeah. So the pool of this version of you, of this infinite reality somewhere, it's not about the space or the time, yeah. It's just about how strong the pull is to this reality to actually experience it externally as well, yeah, because internally it is already true. Yeah, if you see it, if you can see it, it exists. If it exists, we can choose for it to believe it and for it to be true, yeah. But we also kind of want to like experience that version without constantly, you know, doing the work, doing the disciplined work, yeah, to pull it towards us, around us, yeah, so we can just chill in it, yeah. Anyways, so time will see us realign. It's not about time, it's about alignment, baby. But then I was like, maybe it's about the perception of time. That just, how do I say this? Imagine you are time itself and you are watching you and something or someone else align. I was like, is that the meaning? Or is it literally like, it takes time? Like in time, we will align again or something. I don't know. It's all about our own perceptions, yeah? But that's what it meant to me. That it was a trap. Okay, so the ears. Why was I writing this down? I was listening to some music, yeah, and I was so into my phone, yeah, and I was like, whoa, I got the awareness, yeah. The third person awareness, yeah. I was like, whoa, maybe I should just lower the volume just to see what it does. And it actually gave me what I wanted, because I was like, I can enjoy this music, yeah, without being it. Because usually I want to be it. I want to be it. I want to be the music. I don't want to feel the music. I want to be the music, yeah, in order to create something, yeah, with it. But when I'm not creating something from it or with it, I guess, then I will just want to enjoy it, yeah. I don't want to lose myself in it. Anyways, okay, let's go. Let's see if I can. I just wrote a couple of words, yeah. So I'll try to connect it and bear with me to see if I can even explain what I wrote down. Okay. Ears equals expansion. Hearing nothing is equals being in your own energy. Yeah, it's only like yourself that you are hearing. Sound equals engaging with these energies. But now I realize it's just when we allow sounds to be engaging with us. Because to me, it's so hard to shut things off. Yeah, I'm constantly, when I hear something, especially when I hear people yelling on the streets or something, I think that's because of my childhood, yeah. I just instantly, like, boom, I connect to the voices in my head. No, I just, my awareness just goes to the sounds or the voices I'm hearing, especially when they're yelling, you know what I mean? I'm like, what are they saying? Are they fighting? Are they but you know, it's really hard for me still to not engage my full awareness with what I'm hearing, yeah? Do I actually want to own that shit? Yeah, I do. Okay, so anyway, sound equals engaging with these energies. So what I actually mean is like sound gives us an invitation to imagine this is a sound, yeah, a sound bubble, and this is your bubble, yeah, you're in your bubble and you hear the sound, yeah, and it wants to do something. I mean, the least you can do is hear it, yeah. You don't have to listen to it, but you can hear it, yeah. And then Sarah, and then Sarah. oh yeah, it's an invitation to be engaging with what you're hearing, yeah, to be like, oh, if that makes sense. Okay, so the louder the sound equals the more engagement with those energies. Yeah, if something is super loud, sometimes you just cannot even get around. You know, you're being forced, or you're being covered with this sound, and you just have to engage with it. Yeah, sometimes we're like, oh my god, just turn it down please, for example. Oh, just turn it down, like I can't even hear myself anymore. Then I wrote something, an arrow, and it points to that's why we have to have silence around us to hear and feel ourselves, and practice and become aware of how we feel, how our energy feels. Yeah, so when we are surrounded by sounds or voices, we can keep our aura intact. Also, keeping your aura intact is like, focus on the energy you send out instead of what you are receiving. Yeah, because when I walk on the streets, yeah, I'm like studying everybody. I look at someone and I just feel them. Yeah, I see I see everything, I feel them. Yeah, and I can get lost in doing that, especially when there are so many people on the streets. I'm like engaging, yeah, with everybody and everyone, like engaging my awareness with theirs, if they are aware of it or not. But when I shift, yeah, when I become aware, when I step back, because I feel that what I'm feeling at that moment, that it's not two on the timer. No, that it's not that's alignment, bro. Then I can differentiate between my own energy that I know of how it feels when I'm alone. Yeah, I practice it. I recognize my own energy. Yeah, and when I'm outside and I engage with all these energies of people, and I study them and whatever not, I'm like, whoa, it feels heavy. I feel drained. That's not me, but that's like the effect that the energies have on me when I allow them to engage with me, when I allow myself to engage with them. Yeah. And then why is that important to know? Yeah, because then we step back. I'm like, whoa, this is not how I want to feel. Yeah, 23 on timer. By the way, I saw I'm getting crazy. I'm going crazy. The numbers, Mason. The numbers. Okay, what did I see? I saw 43 and 34 so many times. Yeah, I saw 23 and 32. And then I saw every digit. Can I talk? Every digit, but like double. So 11, 22, 33, 66, 44, 44, 44, 66 again, 88, 77, like, yeah. Thanks, universe. But I don't know, maybe somebody is seeing a lot, a lot of them. Maybe in the next video I will explain about that. Wait, double, I need to write it down. Double. Oh no, I already wrote it down in my notes. Okay, so next video is about the double digits, yeah, and what are they trying to tell you, yeah. Anyways, when I feel like, whoa, I step back, yeah, I'm like, disengaging with everybody's energies, it's like too much, yeah. I then shift the focus on like, what am I receiving from this and this person? What am I seeing, yeah? Because seeing is receiving, yeah? Receiving light is like, yeah, what I see and what I receive is receiving. What I see is receiving. But then I focus on like, what am I sending out? Yeah, who am I? You know, I remember like, oh yeah, this is me. This is how it feels to be whole. And it feels amazing. Yeah, and nothing can actually pull me down again. It's so weird. But you are whole, and from this whole place, you can just focus on, what am I giving? What am I sending out? Yeah, what is my consciousness? What do I want to see in the world? Yeah, instead of what am I receiving, and all these suffering people and dense people, and then I'm like, oh, I need to do something about it. Oh my god, and then I am totally losing myself. Yeah, but I shift, I step back, I'm like, whoa, who am I? No, I am whole. I am actually whole. And I feel that, and then I instantly shift to like, what am I sending out? You know? And it feels so good. And it also feels like then I can actually help people without them even being aware of it, by just being around people. Yeah, just sending out the lovies. Yeah, sending out the awareness. Because what I believe, like, the suffering, all the suffering just comes from a lack of awareness. Yeah, so that is, in my life, how I wish to be of help to people. That's why I'm doing this channel, to just share my awareness, to grow in that as well myself, because yeah, I don't know everything, you know, and I have to express myself. And in that, I am reflecting to myself again, and I will grow like a motherfucker. No, but seriously, like, I feel it's my job. I've been trying to get away from it for so long, you know, but I feel it's my responsibility on like a bigger scale, yeah, level, to be in service in my own way. Because you can be in service of something or somebody without actually losing yourself. Yeah, so that's what I've learned. I learned how to be whole, and in that way to focus on what I send out, you know, everything that I know, the awareness, the feeling of being whole. And I hope people can actually feel that. I don't even have to say anything to them. Yeah, I hope they can feel me. They can feel how it feels to be whole. I hope they then can implement that in their own lives and live their best life, baby, because you deserve it, baby. Everybody deserves it. Yeah, and the time of suffering is over. Yeah, pain is something else. Yeah, pain is there to expand us. Yeah, pain is there to give us a choice if we want to repeat the cycle or we want to grow. We want to get out of the cycle. Yeah, but suffering, baby, that's something else, baby. That's consciously or unconsciously choosing to stay stuck. Yeah, and the time of suffering is over, baby. No, but that's what I want to give to the world. Yeah, and no matter how many people see this, no matter if it's just one person, no matter if it's just one little thing that you can get out of this, maybe if it's not even about the information I tell you, but the way that you can feel like you can be yourself. You know, it's okay to be yourself, because it is. It's mandatory to be yourself, yeah, but it can be anything. Yeah, I hope it reaches you. Yeah, that's what I hope it reaches you, whatever this reading means. Yeah, and it's not even a reading, it's just, oh yeah, it is a reading, because I'm reading all of this stuff to you. Bruh, okay, so last thing, no more reading. Yeah, actually I do want to read something. I don't know, I got this book, yeah, but I was like, can I channel something from this? Like randomly, like I do with the, oh no, there's coffee on the book. Okay, let's just first do a random channel from the future prediction book. I don't know why, yeah. I'm judging. The Sagittarius, 23rd of November. See, there's the number again, yeah. 11, 23rd of the 11th month. It means something to me, that's for sure. So maybe there are some Sagittarius out there, but let's see what it is telling me. Let me just translate this shit. My brain is not working. Oh, Kurt. Oh, the Sagittariuses are Kurt. Oh. What the hell am I doing? Stubborn. That's not a bad thing, yeah? That's just knowing what you want and not letting anybody tell you what the fuck to do, yeah? And I'm stubborn as well, yeah? So that's a good thing. But not to people who cannot stand it, yeah? But that's their problem. Okay, oh yeah, see? Determined, yes, very determined. I love it. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, determined to see like problems like boom as they are, yeah? They're not trying to evade anything, and I love that. They're just, yeah, they're so goal-oriented, yeah? The Sagittariuses. I recognize something in that of myself. Oh, they are extremely connected to success. So maybe if you tap into the Sagittarius energy, or I don't know, maybe it's telling you to just believe in the version of you that is successful in what you want right now. Maybe go for it. Go for it. Aim your arrow and shoot it and pull that version towards you, yeah? Be disciplined in it, yeah? Do it every morning. Imagine it every morning when you wake up, and imagine it every night before you go to sleep, yeah? Imagine it. Feel it. Be it. Okay. Okay, random. That's intense. I'm judging the hell out of this, yeah? It's a psychosomatic book, yeah? It explains, if you believe in it, because that's everything, yeah? If you believe in it, it's true. The psychological root causes and root solutions of like diseases and things that may happen to us. I believe in it. I call it the Bible. I just opened this thing where I don't know. It's not about the diseases right now, yeah, Sarah. It's just about what I lay my eyes upon, yeah? Open your mouth and speak. Express yourselves as you are, yeah? So, I guess that's clear, right? Scary, but the more you do it, the more it gets easier, yeah? What else? Okay, maybe if there are is this me? Maybe if there are two voices within yourself, two opposing forces, the solution asks of you to first and foremost, what is that again? First and whatever. To first become as one and be as a peaceful, loving, harmonious unity within yourself. To recognize the two parts in yourself and to look at them, yeah. Oh my god, I practice and I preach it, yeah. Even though you have two opposing forces, yeah, inside of your head, or here and here, yeah. Just look at them. Let them both be heard, yeah. Just like Jack Sparrow with his miniature versions, yeah. One is saying this, one is saying that, and he's like listening to both of them. He's not like, oh no, get out of you, get out of here, you. No, or like, but or no. He's listening, seeing them both, and then he makes up for himself of like, what is the best for me, yeah. Everything just wants to be heard, everything just wants to be seen. You don't even have to engage with it or react to it, yeah, because we are not this or this voice, yeah. We are the one that is observing them. How many times am I gonna say this? Until you get it, baby, and then even some more. We are the third party, yeah. We are the one that holds them both, yeah, that allows them to be seen both, yeah. And then we're like, okay, that's fine. You can be, but I'm gonna choose what I want, yeah. What else? What do you actually want? What do you actually want? You can hear this and this, but what do you actually want? It's very difficult to I remember how difficult it was to be completely honest with the numbers, Mason. It's so aligned. Okay, next video is about the numbers, Mason. What do they mean? What do you actually want? Yeah, I still struggle. Or I tell myself I struggle, but I experience that I still struggle falling into this pattern of like being okay with receiving less than what I actually want, yeah? But what do I actually want? Yeah, what do I actually want to feel, see, express, you know? You are allowed to have desires, yeah? I am allowed to have desires, baby, and I even deserve them to be true, to come true, yeah? Jesus Christ. Anyways, what do you actually want? Yeah, I remember it's still so difficult to allow myself first to want something, and second to then accept nothing less than what I want, yeah. And I used to struggle with speaking all my life, but that's can I talk? I used to struggle with like actually then believing that it was gonna come true. Yeah, I wanted stuff, but I had learned that it was out of my reach. I was never gonna get what I wanted. So I just had to comply, is that the word? Comply with whatever was less than what I actually wanted, yeah. But you, baby, you deserve that, what you want, yeah. You deserve to have desires, yeah. You need desires in order to respect your heart's calling, you know what I mean? It's like you have desires because that's what your soul wishes to experience, yeah. And your heart wants to be expressed, yeah. It wants to experience things, and that's why you are you, and that's why you want this and this, and that's why you desire this and this, and that's why you deserve, yeah. Your desire, you are instantly deserving of your desire. You don't have to do anything for it. You just have to be aware of what you want, yeah. What do you actually want? You have to be courageous enough to admit to yourself what you actually want, yeah. And that other voice that's saying, but this and this, and oh no, that's never gonna work, and other people, how do I say this? Like other people can say whatever they want, and because they usually project from their own lives, yeah, because they couldn't get something, or they never had the courage or determination to chase their dreams. They're gonna tell you, oh, you're never gonna make it, or oh, you should give up on that, or whatever. And you should give them the finger, yeah? No, but seriously, you have to intrinsically go within yourself and, admit to yourself what you actually want, yeah? Admit it. Admit it. I'm gonna admit it as well. And I'm gonna feel good about it, because that's everything, yeah? Anyways, open your mouth and speak! That was it. This was my sight. I don't know. I just felt like I had to share the time trap thing. It's dangerous, yeah. And also the ears. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to explain, because last thing, yeah. I listen to music all the time, yeah. I have my headphones, yeah. And it's when I am wearing the headphones outside, yeah, that I'm like, oh, no, I'm just in my own energy, da. I don't give a fuck about anything or anyone. No matter how many people there are, yeah, I'm just vibing, yeah. So my ears are like, my aura is protected, because I don't hear anything. I can see people, yeah. I can see and engage with them, but my ears somehow, I don't know how this works. I'm gonna look it up in another Bible that I don't have here, but I'll get to it. Somehow, to me, I don't know how that is for you, but somehow my ears are something else, yeah. If I hear, I feel like a dog sometimes. I feel like I've been a dog in another life. You know what I mean? They are so sensitive. Their ears hear everything. Apart from the fact that I like to be tickled. I'm a dog, woof woof. No, but seriously, like my ears are something else, yeah. When I wear the headphones and I see people and I engage with what I see and I study them and I, do the pattern recognition thing, I can just let it go, because my ears are not open. They are closed off, yeah. And what the hell, when I'm so afraid of like wasps, yeah. The fact that they can sting and it hurts, yeah, sure, but that's not the main thing why I'm afraid of wasps, yeah. It's just almost the thing, but it's not the thing. It's like my ears, bro. I don't know what the hell, where this came from or what I have experienced, but I feel like it's some past life shit, because when I hear the sound of a flying insect, it can be a fly, yeah, but when I see it and when it's around me, I don't give a fuck. But when a flying insect gets near my ear and I hear the zzz, or I get the goosebumps already, I'm like, it's my nightmare that a insect gets stuck inside my ear and I can just hear this all the fucking time. I don't know where this came from, bro, but the sound of flying insects, anyways, when I have my headphones on and I see a wasp, I am like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm coming for you, baby. But when I'm not wearing the headphones and it gets close to me, I get into the fear and fight and flight response, yeah? I'm like, what the fuck is this magic stuff with my ears, bro? Where the hell did that come from? Because, when I look back at my childhood, I cannot see any logical thing that happened in my life where I was that made me afraid of wasps and like flying insects, you know what I mean? But I do remember that when I was a kid and I heard like mosquitoes, yeah, I I put my teddy bear or whatever on my ear and I could sleep like peacefully. I don't care if it stung me or whatever, but when the sound, what the hell? But I cannot, how much I think back or look back, I cannot see any like incident that actually made me afraid of the sound, you know what I mean? And it has to come from somewhere, you know what I mean? Then I, one time I was looking at this video of like medieval, what the hell are you watching, baby? This medieval torture ways, yeah, that they used to torture people with, yeah. Everybody, I guess, knows the bull, yeah. They would put a person inside a metal bull. I don't know why I'm saying this, but and then they would put a fire underneath the bull, and the person couldn't get out, yeah, and it would get so hot inside the bull that the person would scream, you know, and burn. And the sound that they made by screaming somehow got out of the bull, and it created the exact sound of a bull. A screaming person, bro, what the hell? I don't know who thought of this, but you are sick. Anyways, but it had to happen somehow. But then I saw another torture method, and I was like, if this is what happened to me, I get the goosebumps, yeah? What the fuck? Why did I... It hurts me, bro. They used to put honey all over somebody, yeah, like drench them in honey. They would tie their hands, yeah, and they would put them on a boat in the middle of a lake or like a swamp. Jesus Christ. And they would just let them there. They would just leave them there. And the goddamn insects would start to eat the people, the person. And I was like, that's it. Because I feel so, oh my god, this nightmare of an insect getting into my ear. Because, you know, when the hands are tied, you have no control. You have no control. You are being eaten. You are hearing and feeling the insects all over your body. They are fucking eating, they are coming at you because you are drenched in honey and you can do nothing. Bro, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but it's fucking me up. It's still fucking me up. One time, it goes okay. Yeah, it goes well. Yeah, I'm like, I still feel it inside, you know, but I can allow the animal to be, yeah. But when I lose a sense of control, when it gets near my ear, the sound, I die. I die. Also, this losing of control, dude, one time I don't know why I'm saying all of this, but one time I was like in the sea. I was in Portugal, yeah, but I was at the west coast, yeah, where the sea is pretty wild, yeah. Everybody goes to Portugal there to learn how to surf, you know, because the waves are crazy, yeah. And I saw the waves from a distance and I was like, okay, I'm gonna prove something to myself by just going in it, yeah. I was proving a lot to myself and to others. You're like, hey, see me, look what I can do. I can beat my fears. But holy shit, I had never experienced something like that. Yeah, I was taken by the sea. Well, I got in and suddenly the floor just dropped and the waves were too high. And there were so many waves. And I was like going underneath the waves, yeah, because I was like, they were coming over me, yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm just going under it. And I came up and the next one came, you know, it just kept on coming and I was like, fuck. I fucked myself, you know. And the fact that I couldn't feel the ground anymore, I never experienced it so intensely like that moment, yeah. In that moment, I am so rational, yeah. I'm not, yes, I feel the panic, yeah. But I know that I have to just, you know, swim back, use the waves, yeah. If they push to the shore, I'll swim, yeah. But from the inside, I was dying, baby, because the way they were, it was crazy, yeah. The pool was so strong, and I was like, god damn it, I fucked it up. Once I touched the floor, I got out of the water, yeah. I returned to the beach, yeah. Oh, everything just came down on me. I was like, what the fuck is this feeling, bro? This losing control and just being swept literally off my feet. In this case, by like the forces of nature, yeah. Like, don't fuck with nature, you know what I mean? Because I was seeing it from a distance, but I never realized that looking at the sea, you know, when you look at something from the distance, it's not as intense as when you're in it. And that I experienced, and I was like, what the fuck? But, you know, the two things connected is like losing this sense of control of like, you know, when this animal gets near my ear, and with the thought of like getting it into my ear and just having this, I cannot deal with it, yeah. And also the loss of control in this sea. Like, I have such a fear of drowning, yeah. And I don't know where it came from, but I guess also a past life, because I cannot. Yeah, there was one incident where I almost drowned, but it was so weird. I'm just gonna say it. I was like, the water was this deep, yeah? I swear to God, this deep. And I was sitting on this inflatable crocodile, yeah? It looks like this plant. The crocodile looked like this plant. I was sitting on it, and somehow I fell off, yeah? And I was like 3 or 4 years old, I guess. I fell off, in this, huh? I fell on my back. I was just laying there, like I couldn't move. I just couldn't move. And I saw through the water my mom standing there with her back towards me. And I was like screaming from the inside. I was like, help me, from the inside, yeah. But I couldn't do anything. It was this deep, yeah. And I couldn't even get up. I was like paralyzed. And I was like so shocked. And when I was at that moment, yeah, I realized when I was a kid, I was like, this is insane, because I was crying my eyes out. I was like in panic, so much. Like, my mom, she pulled me out, yeah. I don't know, it was so weird. Like, why the fuck couldn't you get up? I was like paralyzed. My mom got me out, and I was like so in shock. And you know, water came from all the holes, and I was like, what the fuck? I realized back then, in that moment, like a 3 year 4 year old, like, this is not okay to be reacting in this way to what just happened. And I could feel everybody watching me, and I was screaming, and I was like, this is like, it's not realistic to be reacting in the way that I was to what happened. It just didn't, it was, I realized as a kid, and that was the crazy part. And then, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I realized that maybe because I believe in the past life stuff, yeah, the simultaneous life stuff, yeah, that I take stuff from there, yeah, to this life. Because there was no reason that I was so scared, that I was paralyzed. Like, there, nothing even happened before that in my life. I love the water, I love swimming, I'm like a fish. I want to swim, but I was so afraid actually of like drowning, and that just doesn't make any fucking sense. Years ago, I realized that maybe when pirates, I don't know, did something that wasn't allowed on their boat, on their ship, or whatever, they were being, you know what I'm gonna say, right? They were being keel hauled. Is that the word? Here, keel hauled. Keel hauled. Yeah, they were being keel hauled. And again, your feet are tied. You have no control anymore. You're just being forced by these, like, these forces are upon you, and you can do nothing but you are paralyzed, literally, you are paralyzed and you are in pain and suffering, and I'm like, yeah, fuck, if that's happened, what, to me, when I was somebody else, you know, and I'm still carrying it into this life, that was the only logical explanation that I got for it, you know. And but this sense of loss of control, that I cannot handle that shit, it fucked me up. And I kind of learned how to deal with the loss of control in my own life. But when it comes down to like the forces of nature, I get humbled, baby. I get humbled AF. And the thing about the keel hauling, my brother, bro, he used to, when we were on holiday on vacation, yeah, and there was like a swimming pool, we were like playing in the pool, yeah, and then he would like, I don't know why that is his sense of playing, his way of playing, but he would grab my ankles, yeah, he would grab my ankles and just pull me through the water, baby. And I would get, you know, one time, sure, it was fun. Second time, I was like, bruh, stop it. And then he wouldn't stop. He would just continue to pull me, you know, and then pull me again. And all the water would like, exactly what happens when people get keel hauled, you know, your ankles are stuck, you know, and I tried to kick my feet loose, like let go, and he wouldn't let go. That's crazy, actually. That's insane. He would pull me and I would like experience this, I'm gonna drown again, and I was freaking the fuck out. And when he would like, you know, hug me and carry me like, ah. And I was like, what the fuck is this feeling, bro? And then I was like 8 or 9 or 10, but all these incidents like connecting, like it was mind-blowing, yeah. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but I am afraid of drowning, but I love the water. I am afraid of losing control, you know. I am being humbled by the forces of nature, baby. And maybe that's a reminder to me to just don't fuck with nature and to be more careful, yeah, because I am very direct, very fierce, and also like I want to prove myself that I can do this. I don't want to bow down to my fear. That's what it is. And I'm being humbled AF. So, Sarah, maybe it's also teaching me to like just admit that you're afraid, baby. Like you can still do it, but it's the intention that matters, yeah. Like do it after you've admitted to yourself that you are afraid. Don't try to, I don't want it. I shouldn't want to dismiss what I'm feeling, yeah? Just for the sake of proving myself something. No. I can prove myself that I am actually afraid. I can prove that I am, how do I say this? If you want to prove something to yourself, Sarah, just admit your feelings, yeah? Prove that you are not weak when you admit your feelings to yourself. It's so stupid that I don't want to admit my feelings as if I'm like weak or like stupid for feeling like that. Because you should just get over it. Why are you afraid of the water? There's no logical reason. Just go for it. Just go in it. Just pretend your fear doesn't exist. The fuck, you wanna die, bitch? No. I wanna live. Then admit your feelings, yeah? If you wanna live, admit your feelings. Bye, guys. Wow. A short reading never is a short reading. But who cares, Sarah? Okay, guys. That was it. Next video is gonna be about the double digits, yeah? And it's aligned to what I said in this reading. So, I don't know. Stay tuned and have fun in your life, yeah? Admit some things to yourself. Set yourself free, yeah, set yourself free.